Fair Tree Paper Crafts. I'm back today with a 12 by 12 process video. This one is for Scrap the Boys, and this is for the December challenge. You will have seen at the beginning of the video the peace and joy picture there, and that's what the theme is. The challenge is this month is to scrap using that image or to take some inspiration from that image. So I've taken obviously the Christmassy theme and the joy kind of theme. I absolutely adore this photograph of my son. It's from quite a few years ago now, and it's him when he was first really able, his first Christmas that he was able to properly help with decorating the tree. And I just happened to get a snap of him popping a decoration on, and it's just a lovely, lovely photograph. So I printed it in black and white because I knew I wanted to use a lot of colourful trees on this, and I knew that some of the colours would clash. And I've taken a piece of bluey cardstock there with some stars on it, a bit like a night sky. That was just from my stash. I couldn't even tell you which company it was from. I think it's an Echo Park one, but it was just in my box of blue papers. And I've taken some white cardstock and I have cut out some like snowy hills. And all I'm doing now is popping a whole load of adhesive foam on the back of them. And you've already seen me take my distressing tool and just give a little bit of a rough edge to that snowy picture there. Snowy edge, sorry. And I'm just, like I say, I'm just popping lots of adhesive foam on and just kind of cutting tiny little pieces just to make sure it's all propped up properly. I just want it to have some dimension. It's going to be a fairly simple layout, so I need to make sure I've got lots of dimension. So my first piece of snow goes down without any foam or any propping up at all on the back, and then the second piece is the one that's got all the foam on. To make that stand up away from the other one. And I'm just putting plenty of double-sided sticky on the back of there, even tiny little pieces on those triangles just to make sure everything sticks properly. And then that one just gets popped at the bottom of the page. Now I have already fussy cut a whole load of Christmas trees, and they were from an old I don't know if it was a My Mind's Eye collection that I had in my stash. And the page itself was blue and it had all these trees all over it. And I just knew I wanted to use them like this on the little hills and have him kind of snuggled in the middle of them. So I've fussy cut loads of them, and I'm just now picking which ones I'm going to pop on there. I do use quite a lot of repeats. I love the red. I think the red stands out beautifully against that blue background. It just looks so Christmassy. So I took loads and loads of those in behind the snowy hills there. And I take a bit of time here deciding which ones are going to go where and making sure I've not got too many of the same colour next to each other. So I play with them for quite a while before I'm happy with how they're going to go. Yeah, just making my mind up really. And then I do decide, I've got a few left, I'm going to have a couple, just a few underneath that photograph. So I'm just again, still playing. I do spend quite a bit of time deciding where these are going to go, because this is the main element of the page. There really isn't a lot else going to go onto the page. So once I'm happy, I do stick all of them down. I do use a whole load of dimensional foam pads for this. Now I don't make you watch me stick them all down, so that's already done. Now I'm taking this lovely title from Bramble Fox. So it's the words, obviously, as you can see, they're shine bright. And I just thought that they stood out beautifully off that blue background and really gave it a gorgeous title to the page. Because obviously my little bauble and the tree is shining and Eliza's shining, and it all kind of just fits together really nicely. So really pleased with that. So I'm just adding lots of wet glue to the back of the word shine bright. There's the bright, and then same again for shine. Now I do pop it there, and I do end up moving that slightly. It feels a little bit too far to the right at the moment, so I'm going to move that in a minute. And then the next thing I'm going to do is take some glossy accents and use those as some glue to add some sequins. Now I do pull out a few pieces. There we go, look, I'm just moving it. I do pull out some ephemera from a winter collection that I've got hiding in my drawer. But in the end, it's just not it just doesn't need it, and I just prefer the simple look with the trees there, the title and the photograph. And in the end, I decide not to put any more ephemera on at all. So do pull out some sequins. Then I do have to mess about with my Glossy Accents tube as per usual. It does not like to let the glossy accents come out. It's a pain. So I have dotted it around the page, and I'm taking some of these white sequins from Spiegelmum Scraps and popping those in various places to act as though they are stars. Just gives an extra little bit of sparkle to the top of the page, which I love. I just think you can't go wrong with a bit of sparkle. Just adds a nice touch to the sky. I think the last thing then I do is, I do think that my photograph just needs a little bit of something. So I take some tiny pieces of vellum, and I actually just tuck them in behind the photograph as if I've matted them on the vellum to start with. But I mean, I didn't. But yeah, just took a few extra little pieces in behind that photograph. Just to set it off from that back page. And that's about it for my layout. Thank you ever so much for watching. I hope I've inspired you to take part in the Scrap the Boys challenge this month, especially considering it is the Christmassy challenge. Would love to see you over there, and if you just look in the description box below, I'll leave a link to the blog post that you need with all the information on for this particular challenge. Thanks ever so much for watching, and bye for now.